Hey guys, thanks for tuning in this video. As the title suggests, one of my side projects actually landed 100 signups in 60 days, or 2 months, which is cool for me because most of my projects don't have any users. But I set out to have the goal of getting 100 users with organic channels without any consistent marketing, just to see if there was truly a need for it, instead of working on it for 6-7 months. So I actually started coding November 6th, and my goal was by January 6th to have 100 signups through just various channels like SEO, maybe social media posts, but nothing consistent, and it actually worked out. So today I figured I'd share briefly what I did to land those, what I'm working on, and give you guys some tips. So without further ado, let me show you guys the details. So what I've been working on is a platform called P0. You probably have seen 1 or 2 videos on my channel about it, but in a nutshell, it helps freelancers land work outside of platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal, those type of ones, where they're really just designed for you to pretty much bid against $100 developers or whatever profession you're in, and you pay also for these coins or whatever just to waste them and to not get the job. And then if you do, they hit you with crazy commission fees. So the goal was to help web developers specifically, and potentially mobile app developers in the future, land work, be more proactive instead of leaving your career in the hands of the platform. You can be proactive and try to land business. And this is actually not a new concept, but what we're helping people do, some developers have learned that if you reach out to local businesses that have crappy websites or have SEO problems, whatever, you can reach out and offer services, and you might be able to establish a relationship and land some of your first work. A lot of new developers who are trying to break into the industry, they also do that. They offer sites for $50, $100, whatever. And they do this on a very small scale where they just try to get one so they can throw on their resume. Well, I thought let's do that and automate that and help people do find these leads instead of manually having to do this for hours or whatever. You could do this on a consistent basis to land your own business. And while I don't actually expect this to replace those platforms, it should be another opportunity so you can be your own boss, your own sales team, and try to find work for yourself. So that's what P0 is. Just so you guys know, I'm not BSing you guys. Here's 121 users at 25 this month. So that leaves us at like 95 because one of these is me. And but again, I had to January 6th, so around January 2nd or 3rd, I actually hit the 100. What I use is really just Reddit. I did one post I think on here, but it didn't help. I think with my analytics on Plausible, I got like 10 viewers to my actual website, so it didn't really help much. What I do is once, maybe twice a month, I do a post on Reddit, various whatever you call them, threads or whatever, and they're not really super salesy. I think I did one that was like, check it out. The rest are catchy ways for me to drive a conversation or engage with people. And the first one that really did well was, let's see if it wants to come up, was this one. This is my custom logo. I got somebody I worked with for about a week to do. I really wanted to have something memorable, and it's a bug with a tie, which I've never seen anything. It's not like the fanciest thing, but you'll remember it. But P0 is really in software a priority zero top level bug that is critical to the business. So I thought I'd play on the bug thing as well, and we're all freelancers. So that was a logo I thought was cool. I love it. But I used it as a way to bring up P0, not by a sense of, hey, try it out. I was just like, hey, grade my logo. And the community really liked it. You had 12K views on this, 92% upvote rate. I had a lot of comments on here, some shares. And it really did drive a good boost of traffic to my site for a while. Like I would say like a month. Like I was just getting consistent 20, 30 views to my website. So that really was a good one. It started some conversations. I had a couple of DMs. I also had one. This one was Ruby, which I'm currently learning. I'm not building P0 with Ruby, but it was. These are examples of some posts I do where I heard things about Ruby and I just kind of want to hear about them. Didn't really drive as much traffic, even though it had more views because it was about Ruby. But I did meet some people on there and ask them to check it out, so that helped. The last one, recent one I did that was good was these two most in demand. Actually, I think it might be I think it's the same post, just different title on different channels. But you can see this one had 1.7K and that one had 1.7K, and they both had comments. And what I did was I got a large data set, like 300,000 jobs, and built a small script that would analyze that data set to see what jobs for web developers specifically were in demand in 2024. And then I wrote a blog post about it, and I just told people to check it out. And it was really interesting, and a lot of people were really grateful that I did it, so that was also cool. But those are ways that I find engagement. And then also I had a few comments. I had one recently that had like 14 votes. I had a good amount of people that thought what I was building was cool. So yeah, you can see just have some engagement on here. Occasionally you can see I do throw links in here, and I will DM people or comment on people specifically that say something that I think like these ones are saying I can share. But some of them are like, hey, you should check this out. And that, I try not to do it too much, but every couple of days I do that as well. Also, I've made an initiative to have a blog to work on SEO stuff, just to kind of get some natural organic traffic, which is very new. I've only done 2 blog posts because it's only been December 21st and December 28th. I have another one coming up on like 2 days from now. And the first one didn't do too well. I really liked the article, but it only had like maybe 10 views for it. But this one has had almost 100. So as people come to the site, I don't know how many of those people yet transferred into actually clicking around or signing up, but that's a good way to get some organic traffic in here. And this is the blog post that I shared. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to see what's in demand on Upwork. But yeah, also recently, when I did a soft launch on Product Hunt, which by the way didn't do anything for me, got like 6 views to my channel, to my website, so didn't really help me for a second time. But I wanted to see some alternatives because Product Hunt was getting grilled during the time. So around November, I saw this one with You Need, which was pretty liked by the community. You see they're getting a lot of visits per day and page views, so seems like it's good traffic. Obviously, probably not Product Hunt numbers, but I signed up and it's free. The catch is you pay if you want to be expedited on the list. I chose to be like cheap and say, nah, I'll just use this later. So actually, randomly one day I got a spike in traffic because I finally, I guess, moved up in the line and they just automatically published me on there. So if I go to my products, go to P0 on here. What's cool is I had a bunch of upvotes. I had 32 upvotes on here, which to be, in my personal opinion, even on Product Hunt, that'd be good. I think sometimes, depending on the day, if you get to like the 40s or 50s, you might get in the top 24 that day. But for this specific site, since it's not millions of people on there, 32 is definitely a lot, so it's cool. But what I noticed today before I did the video, I got third of the day when I launched, which was super dope for me to see today. So I'm going to I am gonna post this on the site sometime to this week. So I'm super excited. That's super dope. I appreciate it. You need. So yeah, you guys can see. I'm not gonna get too deep into what P0 is because I have a website on it and I'll video on it already, and I probably will do an update video in this month. But yeah, I'm super excited for the direction of this. It seems like people are really interested in this. I'm getting a lot of organic traffic, and people, I get comments all the time, like on Reddit or in a DM or on just various Blue Sky, Twitter, whatever. People really like that concept of this, of what I'm doing here, and I think the product is not there yet. Retention is really low right now, in how long people are on the site. But I understand like this is only been 2 months, and that's the challenge of building something like a product is you have to figure it out what the product's supposed to be and what people want. But I do know for a fact that there's a need here and people want this. I haven't done any ads on here. I'm not posting consistently. So influencer marketing, whatever channels you want to do, I'm not doing any of that. Yeah, so I know that if I turn a switch and I plan out right, the 1 to 3 signups a day could go to 20. I don't know. So I am really excited about this project. It's just one of the projects I'm working on, but I'm really excited for it. I'm glad you guys are able to see and follow along the journey. And I'll definitely be sharing details. But yeah, I think my tips for you guys is if you are working on something, make sure to work on the right thing, something that people really want. If your goal is not to build something for yourself, but to build something that people really use and rely on or want, I think you first need to start with the right problem. And then two, I think you need to be genuine and thoughtful about the content when you do stuff like Reddit and Twitter. Don't just be like, buy my thing, buy my thing. Try to think of creative ways to cause engagement. So I hope you guys like this video. If you do, feel free to like it. Grill it in the comments if you didn't like it. But otherwise, I appreciate it. And feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. So thank you and tune in next time.